Hello, this is Joshua for Frost Dragon Designs, and today I'd like to talk to you about my big project for 2023, Black Cat RPG Series 4. There is a link to the Kickstarter campaign in the description below. Before we launch, it's going to go to a pre-launch screen where you can click a Notify Me on Launch button. Please go ahead and do this. The more people I get in the first 48 hours, the better a campaign will do. Now, if you've ever seen one of these projects before, what they are is, I love RPGs, role-playing games, sorcerers, wizards, knights, and shining armor, all that stuff. It's great. I love it. I also love black cats and enamel pins, obviously. So what the Black Cat RPG projects are is a combination of those three things. To date, I have done 3 different series of Black Cat RPG pins, with nearly 100 unique designs across them. Now, up to this point, each of those 3 series, the base of it has been the kind of player classes from RPGs, mostly Dungeons & Dragons, but there's been some other concepts mixed in there. Series 4, I want to do something a little bit different. I'm calling it the Zodiac Black Cat RPG series because instead of basing it off of player classes from RPGs, I have decided that I'm going to use the 12 astrological signs as the basis for the core characters of Series 4. I'm still following all of the other design rules that I established in those first 3 projects, though. Boy kitties have rounded hands and rounded feet. Girl kitties have pointy hands and pointy feet. The heroes are generally going to be facing to the left, and the villains or NPCs or characters that the heroes would be interacting with are going to be facing to the right. Now, keep in mind, these are not set in stone. Things may change before I launch this project, but I'm super excited to share these with you. But don't think that you're limited to just your astrological sign. If you're a Pisces and you really like the design that I have for Sagittarius, that's fine. That's for you too. It's for everybody. I used the 12 astrological signs as the inspiration for the 12 core pins, but at its core, this is an RPG series. So let's take a quick look at these designs. Aries is first. Now, Aries, or the ram, as you can see, I've kind of gone with this concept of a hero riding a ram into battle. I love it. I think it's great. I hope you like it as well. Taurus, or the bull. I've gone with something a little obvious here. It's a Minotaur kitty. He's pretty awesome. Gemini, these are the twins. What I've gone for here is kind of a pair of twin gladiators, and I think that they're really cool. Cancer, the crab. It's a heroic kitty with a crab companion, but there's a big twist to this. I'm not going to spoil it now, but it's pretty interesting. Leo, the lion. When I was working on the design, the outfit reminded me of something from modern day life, and I just kind of said, you know what? We're just going to roll with it and embrace it and move forward and kind of lean into it. So this one's kind of got an interesting aspect to the costuming design that I hope you really like, but again, I don't want to spoil it here. Virgo, the virgin. Now, this one's one of the ones I took a bit of artistic liberty on. Instead of taking the interpretation of the virgin, I went with, kind of the mindset of pure or virtuous for Virgo. And so this one, as you can kind of see from the silhouette here, is angelic in nature. Libra is also known as balance. For this one, Libra is often symbolized by a pan balance. And I thought, wouldn't it be cool to kind of take the pan balance and turn that into a weapon of sorts. So that was the core concept of this design, is that the pan balance is being used kind of like a weapon, and the character themselves is the fulcrum of that balance. Scorpio, the scorpion. Now, I know we've all seen, half man, half animal combinations in mythology before. And actually, in several mythologies, there are half man, half scorpion creatures. Now, this is something similar, only it's half kitty, half scorpion. So, nightmare fuel here. Just kidding, it's actually pretty cute. Sagittarius, the archer. Now, this is typically represented as a centaur archer. And so, of course, we had to do a centaur kitty archer. It's an amazing design. I love this one. I know you're going to love this one too. So it's a big pin though, because horses are big. I made the horse part rearing up, and then it's got the torso of a kitty stacked on top of it, who's wielding a bow. It's a big pin. It's still in scale with all of the rest of the pins, but it is a physically large pin. Capricorn, the goat. Now, the Capricorn goat is not your typical goat. The Capricorn goat is typically depicted as having the tail of a fish. So it's like a mer goat. Now, I didn't want to quite go that far, but I did go something like a satyr, a half man, half goat. Only in this case, obviously, half kitty, half goat. So of all of them, this one might change the most between now and when I launch this project. Aquarius, also known as the water bearer. Now, a lot of times this is depicted as just a woman holding a jug of water. It's, I've had several people tell me, hey, I'm an Aquarius, and I'm always bored by the designs. You better make this one cool. And I'm like, whoa, okay, no pressure. But anyway, so what I've done here is I've kind of taken the idea of a hydromancer, a water mage. So they're not so much the water bearer, but the water controller. So I think this one's really cool. I hope you like this one. I hope that those people who are Aquarius who let me know that it needs to be cool, I hope they feel like this one's cool. And finally, there is Pisces, the fish. I was already doing so many half kitty, half whatevers. I just figured half kitty, half fish. We make it a mer cat, catfish. Anyway, we make it a kitty mermaid, and I think it looks really good. I had a previous series of mermaid pins that didn't do so well, and I really wanted them to, so I kind of took some of those design elements and brought them into this as just kind of a bringing that full circle for myself and bringing closure to that project for myself. I've got some other really fun surprises for this project. I'm doing all the things I normally do in a Black Cat RPG series. We're going to be having a vendor pin. We're going to be a vendor NPC pin. We're going to be having some villain pins. We're going to have a mini pin. There will also be a limited number of custom kitty slots for this campaign as well. Everything I normally do in a project, we're doing in this project. So I really hope that you're excited about this, because I know I am. I'm launching it sometime in the first quarter of this year. I don't have a definitive date yet, but this is my big project for 2023, and I hope you will join me for this experience. Click the link in the description below, go to the pre-launch, click notify me on launch so you know what's happening and you're there on the first day. Thanks so much, and have a fantastic day.